Hi friends, my name is Ankur Jain and welcome back to TechSupport channel. Today in this video, we are going to look at the filtration of data in a Visual Builder application. So before we will move forward, I will ask you to please subscribe my YouTube channel so that you can get notifications in your notifications list as soon as I publish a new video. Okay, so let's get started. So data filtration in a VBCS table. So data filtration is one of the most common requirement in each and every web application. For example, if we have a web application wherein we have one web page, on that web page we have a table which can have a data of an employee, of a manager, of a salary. Any kind of table can be on a single page. Okay, and the table can have lot of data, and if you wanted to search a particular employee or particular data from this particular table, we would be requiring a data filtration requirement so that we can search a particular data as per requirement. So such kind of requirement we are going to meet in the VBCS today, and this filter allow you to quickly search the data from the table or list. If we have a table or a list, if you wanted to make a search on that table or list, we can do that. So VBCS allow declarative approach to filter data. Declarative approach means all are out of the box. We just need to drag and drop some kind of activity which will help us to filter data from a table or a list. There is no coding involved. We don't require to put any HTML code, any JavaScript code, any CSS code to filter the data. It is very quick and it is very fast. So in this video, we are going to look at two labs, lab 1 and then lab 2. So in the lab 1, we are going to see, so basically in these two labs, we are going to see different ways to filter data. So in the lab 1, what we will do is we will create a VBCS application first, and then under this VBCS application, we will create a VB web application. And under this web application, we will create a business object with name as an employee, and then employee, in this employee business object, we will create multiple fields to hold data. Then on a web page, we will drop a select one component. Under this select component, we will enable all the filters on which we can filter our data. For example, in our table, we can have different columns. Column A, column B, column C, column D, column E. If we wanted to filter the data from column A, column B, column C, we'll put all these possible filters in the select component like A, B, C. Then we will drop a table on a web page and then filter the data from this particular table based on the drop down which we have created in the previous step, like A, B, or C. So this is the lab 1. So this is the one way to search the data from a particular table. In a lab 2, what we are going to do, we are going to create another page. Then we will drop a table as well. Okay, on that particular table, we will drop our input tags for each and every column. For example, if we have column A, B, C, then we will drop 3 input tags for A, for column B, for column C, so that we can, so without selecting the value from the drop down, we can simply enter the value input tags corresponding to each column and then search the corresponding data from that particular table. Then we will filter data based on the entered values aligned to each column. So there are 2 ways to filter the data. One, using the drop down, and second is using the input tag for each and every column just top of the column headers. So let's see how we can create these 2 filters. So I'm going to switch to the VBCS application now. So here I have just logged in into the VBCS application and going to create a new web application like filtration data app, and then click on a finish. Now I'm going to create a business object. The business object name will be employee. Okay, and then click on a create button. Now I'm going to create certain fields like first name, say first name, okay, and then last name, you can say label as last name, and then you can say gender. Okay, so we have created three fields: first name, last name, and then gender. Now just go to data, and here I'm going to add different rows over here. I'll say Ankur, Jan, and then sorry, that will be male, and then that will be Jan. Okay, I'm going to add another row, Nitin, male, and then Gupta. I'm going to add another row, say Nancy, female, and then Verma. I'm going to add one more row here, Swati, male, and then this will be Sharma, and then just add row. So here we have created a one business object as an employee and added three fields: first name, last name, and then gender, and added few rows. Okay. Now just switch to the web application and create a new web application as filter application, and then just click on a create button. Okay, just collapse it. Now here you see there's a one page will be created automatically with name main start. And here, as I mentioned, I'm going to drop a one select one choice on this particular page first of all. And here, just click on a general. So I'm going to change the label filter by, and then I'll just make a placeholder like select. Switch to the data tab. Under this data tab, I'm just going to add our values over here. Just click on this plus button. Here I can say the label like first name, and this value will be your column name in your business object. So this first name should match with the column name in your business object. Here you see first name, and if you go to this employee, this will be the first name. Okay, same way I have to put last name and then gender. Okay, now just add one more. I'll say last name. This is the label only, and this will be the actual column name. Okay. Now, so I have added one drop down over here, and I'm going to put a input text where I will enter the value. Okay, I'll just delete this text. I don't require it. And then I can just drop it over here, and then I will bind it with a variable, and I will create a one variable over here and will say search string. Okay, and that will be of type string. Click on the create button. Here under this general tab, I can put a placeholder. I can say search value. Okay. Now I'm just going to put a horizontal rule over here, and then put a table. Search a table from here, and then just drop it over here. So I will bind this table with my business object. Just click on add data, and then select this employee, and then next. Here I'm going to use ID. I'm going to use first name, last name, and then gender. Okay, and then select next, and then simply finish. Now here you see the table has been populated with the data which we have in my business object. Okay, now I need to filter the data based on this filter by value. If you just switch to the live mode, here you see I need to search the data based on this first name and then last name. So as soon as I will select first name, I will enter the value here and then search the data. For that, now just go to this variable section, and here you see my employee list SDP has been created. So it is based on the table which we have added. Click over here and then click on a assign button. Okay, now just go to the filter, and here just click to add condition. Here I will select the equals, and then from here this is my search string. Okay, so here in the filter criteria I have just selected the equals operator, and then that will be the value. Just save it. Okay, now just go to the designer section and then just select this filter by and select this data, and here just expand this employee SDP, and then under this filter criteria just expand it, and here I will select this attribute. So this attribute will be passed dynamically. Select this attribute. So at the runtime, what will happen when I will select first name, the first name will be passed under this attribute of the filter criteria over here. So if I click on this, the attribute will be passed from the drop down, and the value will be passed from the search string variable which I have created, and it will be equals operator. That's it. Just save it and then just try to run your application. So I have just done a little mistake, so it is just remove it. First name. Now just try to run your application now. Okay, now here just select this first name and enter the value. Ankur. Now here you see you are able to search the value. We'll say Amit. Amit is not there. Okay, just say move it and then just try with Swati. Okay, now same ways just search the last, select the last name and then search again. Same way you can search Gupta. Okay, now this is how you can filter values based on this drop down. Okay, so this is how we can filter data based on this first name and then last name. So now here we need to take two steps. One is just to select the particular column name and then enter the value. Just go to the switch the builder again, and here just try to create another page. Okay, I'll say another filter. Okay, and then just click on a create button. Again, I will just drop a table and then bind with the same business object. Here I will say first name, last name, and then gender. Okay, and then click on the next button and then finish. Now you see your table has been populated. Now on top of this particular header, like first name, last name, and then gender, I'm going to put 3 input tags for each. Okay, just search the input text and then just take it over here. Okay, just remove this text. Okay, and then just drop it over here. Same ways again, just put one more and then delete this in text. Okay, now just drop one more for the gender. Okay, okay, so now we have 3 input text, 1, 2, and then 3. You can just, okay, now just select this, and here I'll say search first name. Okay, you can say first name, and then just click on a data, and I'm going to create a variable for this. Click on a create variable. I'll say search first name. and then click on the create button. Same way, bind this, create another variable. I'll say search last name, and then in the general tab, just make last name. Okay, now come there, and again I'll say search. I can say gender, and then come to the data, and then create another variable, search gender. Okay, and then just create. Now what we have done is we have just dropped 3 input text, and then just bind these 3 input text with 3 different variables like first name, last name, and then gender, like search gender, search last name, and then search first name. Okay, now we need to create 3 events for each. Okay, just click on this, go to the event, and then select new event, and then value. Here I'm going to select this assign variable, and then just assign, expand it, and then use this filter criteria, click add condition, and here I'll say first name, and then operator will be again equals to, and here my search string, the search first name. Okay, and then save. Same ways, go back to the designer, same way, just add another event for the last name. Same ways, drop a assign activity over here, assign, and then just expand this employee list SDP, click to add condition, and here that will be a last name. Use this operator equals, and then search last name. Okay, and save it. Go back, then click gender, and then again value. Here, just drop this assign variable again. Click on assign. Same way, just expand this employee SDP. Click to add condition in here, that will be gender. Search our operator. Same way, search gender. Save. That's it. Now just go back here. When I will run this application, the main start page will be kicked off as it is a default page. So just change this, click on this main, and then click on the settings, and now here just change the default page as main another filter. Now run this application. Okay, so here you see the initial value has been populated on the table. Okay, so here you see first name, last name, and then gender. Alignment is not correct, but it can be done. So now just try to search the first name first. I'll say Nitin. Okay, here you see the Nitin has been filtered out. Now just remove it, and then again put last name over here, Gupta. Okay, now just again remove it. Just put a gender male. All the male employees has been filtered out. Same way you can say female. So this is how you can create 2 type of filters in your Visual Builder application. Guys, I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, and you can see me over LinkedIn. You can see me over Twitter, Facebook. You can see me on Pinterest. Please subscribe my channel to get latest video in your inbox. Thank you. Good day. Bye-bye.